So we can see in this next one, now we have a b value in here, and I know this is going to change my period. So if I think about my graph, I have an amplitude of 10 again, I have a vertical shift of 5, and now I've got a phase shift of 3. So this is like not a phase shift, sorry, a phase stretch. So I'm taking all of my x values and dividing them by 3. That means my new period is going to be 2 pi divided by 3. But when I make my graph, I'm only going to think about this when I'm labeling the x-axis. So I'm going to start in the same way that I have before. So if this is 5, 10, we can fit it that way. So this time I'm going to call every line 2.5. So here's my 5. So then if I go up 10, here's my maximum, my center line, and now I go down by my amplitude, so I go down 10, and here is my minimum line at -5, up here positive 15. Again, cosine starts at its maximum, and I'm still going to spread out my graph. I like to have a nice big graph to look at. But now when I get to labeling my axis, I'm completing a full cycle in 2 pi over 3 radians. So I've taken my graph and I've done a horizontal shrink of it. So now one full cycle happens in 2 pi over 3 radians. I know from before that this was 8 segments. So that must mean that I'm counting by, if I divide this by 8, I'm going to get pi over 12 as my way of counting. So pi over 12, 2 pi over 12 is the same as pi over 6. So let's test this. It looks like when I plug in pi over 6, I should get a value of 5. So let's test. At x is pi over 6. So y equals 10 cos of 3 times pi over 6 plus 5. Well, 3 times pi over 6 is pi over 2. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. 0 plus 5 equals 5. So that makes sense. So that means coming back this way, I would be back again at 5 at negative pi over 6, and I complete another full cycle at negative 2 pi over 3. Okay. Again, trying to make as smooth of a curve as you can.